All right, two interesting matches to start off the night. Here we have a women's highlight. The former women's Crash Course champion versus the current women's Crash Course champion versus the woman who's burst on the scene and beat both of them in Amber Cassidy. It's going to be extremely exciting to see, and who knows, maybe the results of this, we can see how it plays into next week's match card. Maybe the title's defended. Who knows? But nonetheless, this is going to be a triple threat to highlight all three of these women. And we're going to see where this goes. Not there. There we have Chloe in the ring. Chloe Miu, the first ever women's Crash Course champion. She defended once against Toni Rose, the current champion. Lost it at Overdose of Violence. Here we have the current champion. The belt's doing something funky. Her jacket's doing something funky. But we're going to hurry up and get her to the ring. Because, yeah. There we go. Royal Guard still on her attire. Just ignore that. That's not there. Here we have Amber Cassidy. Woman who's pinned both of the women that she's facing tonight. She gets a win here tonight. I have no reason to not give her a championship match, but we're going to have to see, what happens. A lot can play into matches. I don't want to speak before the results happen, so Toni's already in the ring, starting off hot, going immediately after Chloe, but Chloe makes her regret it. Amber now getting into the mix. All three of these women kind of exchanging stuff. Double team here. No. Chloe and Toni eat it. Amber Cassidy's got that fire to her that we love to see here on Crash Course. Going after the champion and former. Big knees to the face of Toni there. What's she going to follow it up with? And a kick. Sending Toni to the outside. Tumbling. Chloe catching her. Dropping her on her back. Stomp to the arm of Amber. Pulling at the back. Lifting her up above her. That's got to hurt. Submission here. Will Amber tap? It is an elimination match, by the way. So it's last woman standing. Toni now going after Chloe. The punches from Amber now. The kick. Amber sent to the outside. Going after Toni again is Chloe, but Toni catches Chloe. Swinging neck breaker there. Amber Cassidy's still on the outside. And a splash by Toni onto Chloe. I shouldn't have gotten distracted so easily. Looks like Toni got a little distracted there. Amber's just, having fun out there. Uh-oh, Toni's thrown into her. Amber falls off the apron, rolls into the ring now. Chloe and Toni still going at it. Springboard by Amber, misses the drop kick. Big knee there, though. Makes up for it. Going for a pin. Trying to get the champion out of here. Pinning the champion twice in the span of a week is, that'd be something. Toni kicked out, though. Chloe looking for a weapon on the outside. A chair. Oh, my God. Just catches Amber, making Toni miss. Chloe with that chair was a brilliant move. Chloe now going for the pin on Amber. A 2 count. Kick out by Amber. Toni now looking for a weapon. Gets a kendo stick. We saw a lot of sledgehammers early on. Seeing different variety now. Both women trying to double team on Chloe. Chloe rolling out of the way of that kendo shot. Not that one, though. That one she does roll out of. Jesus. There's a quick toss by Toni, sending Chloe rolling to the outside. Swinging neck breaker there on Amber Cassidy. Toni's on fire. And the splash, don't forget. These three men a lot of women back and forth. Over and over and over again. Toni just strangling Amber now. Now in the corner, climbing to the top rope. Amber's in the direct middle of the ring. What's she thinking? Beautiful splash, doesn't connect. Amber gets the knees up. Now with Toni in hand. Catches her. No. Amber catches her. Chloe leaning on the ropes. Tony with a little cutter looking for a guillotine choke maybe. Arm behind the back. Will Amber Cassidy tap? I know both these women want to get Amber out of here first. But it's not going to happen right now. Both the women, the faces of the Crash Course women's division. And, you know, a lot of differences between the two. But one thing in common, they both got pinned by Amber Cassidy. Chloe now with both women in the corner. Throwing Tony into Amber. Laying both women out. Smart strategy. Tony rolls out of the ring so she can't be pinned. Cover here by Chloe on Amber. A 1, a 2. Amber kicks out. Chloe now on top rope of the quarter. Is she going to go for anything? Maybe a little bit too far for her liking. No, she's going to go for it. Elbow drop connects. Going for a cover again. A 1, a 2. Amber kicks out again. Don't know if Chloe was contemplating what she was doing up there or not, but with the kendo stick in hand now across the gut of Amber Cassidy and the back of the head. Misses that one. Amber to her feet. Gets the kendo out of Chloe's hand. Tony meets them in the ring. Amber Cassidy just picking up Chloe and dropping her on that turnbuckle. Sliding to the outside. Attentions have turned. She's going for a weapon. Tony to the outside. Back on the inside. What's she thinking? Running up on Chloe. There's a table in play now. Backbreaker there. On to Chloe by Tony. And a stomp. Tony picking Chloe up. Beautiful move there by Tony. Is Chloe out? A 1, a 2. Chloe kicks out. Amber Cassidy in the corner, excited she brought that table in. Tony, attentions have turned. Not fast enough though, as Amber Cassidy's caught her. What's he thinking here? Oh my God. Knee to the temple. Going for a cover on Tony Rose now. Is this it? Does she eliminate the champion? A 1, a 2. Is this it? No, Tony kicks out. Chloe turning her attention to Amber Cassidy, even though Tony almost eliminated her. Chloe, ankle lock. Ankle lock on Amber Cassidy. Is Amber Cassidy going to tap out? Is she going to give up? It doesn't look like she is. Reversing out of it. Sending Chloe back a little bit. Tony trying to get back into the mix, going against Amber. Setting her up on the ropes, it looks like. What's she thinking here? Punch to the head. Torquing on her arm and neck on the ropes. Chloe kick to Tony now. Tony off the ropes. Catches Chloe in between her ankles. Sends her flying tilt-a-whirl style. Amber Cassidy with the chair in hand. Hits Tony on the ribs with it. Hits her in the shin. Looks like she's going to set it up in the corner there. Turning attentions back to Tony. Realizes she can go for a pin here. She is going for it. A 1, a 2. Does she eliminate the champion? No. Tony Rose kicks out. Amber now picking Tony up. What's she thinking? Dragon corkscrew there by Amber on the champion. Is the champion eliminated too? No. Tony Rose kicks out. Still fighting is the women's Crash Course champion. Elbow to the head of Tony. Thrown into the corner. What's Amber planning? Unable to do so. Tony reverses it. Amber in the corner now. Slamming her head to the turnbuckle. Chloe in the mix again. Sneak attacking Tony. Got a headlock there. Plants her. Chloe now looking to eliminate the women's champion. Out of nowhere. Going for a pin. A 1. A 2. Is this it? 3. Tony Rose is eliminated by Chloe Miu. One half of the EK sisters. Amber now getting some offense after reversing Chloe. Amber looking to stun the world, shock the world here. by getting the win over these two established women in SCW. Can she go 3-0 against current and former champions? Big kick to the leg. Chloe flying. Springboard looks like here. Moonsault connects. Going for a cover here. Does she win the match? A 1, a 2. Does she kick out? No. Yes. Caught myself slipping. Almost said no there. Chloe to her feet now. Amber sends her over the ropes. There you see Tony still recovering. Let's not focus on her too much. We have Amber Cassidy versus Chloe Miu. Big punches there. A stomp. Even more big punches. Throwing Chloe around the outside now. Picking her up, look for a knee to the head. Falls down for the cover. Is this it? A 1, a 2. Does she kick out? Yes. Chloe still fighting. Wanting to earn her way back to that championship spot. Elbow to the head of Chloe. Drops Amber. Chloe now looking for another weapon. They have the table, the kendo stick, the chair, and another table. Amber realizes, goes running over. Misses her punch, and Chloe hits her with a table. Throws it to the side. Picking up Amber now. Beautiful move there on the outside by Chloe onto Amber. Falls count anywhere. Rules I didn't even realize. Goes for the pin. A 2. Is this it? No. Amber Cassidy kicks out. Amber Cassidy not giving up on that dream of holding the Crash Course Women's Championship. Chloe rolling into the ring now. What's she going to go for? That chair, it looks like. Going back to the outside. Amber Cassidy stirring up to her feet just to take the chair to the head. And to the legs. And another shot to the gut. Rolling out of the way of that one. Chloe missing a shot. Elbow by Cassidy onto Chloe. Chloe returns a punch. What's she thinking here? Maybe onto the chair. No, just a backbreaker. A beautifully executed one. Going for the pin is Chloe on Amber. A 1 count. A 2. Is this it? No, Amber Cassidy kicking out yet again. Amber Cassidy not giving up, like I said, on that dream of holding that gold. This wasn't for the Women's Crash Course Championship, but, you know, if she's able to pull it off, oh my God. Kendo stick broken on the stomach of Amber Cassidy. Chloe getting her to her feet. Looking for a beautiful stunner. Going for the cover. Is this it? Head rested on the chair like a pillow. A 2 count. She kicks out. Amber not giving up. Chloe getting her to her feet. Throwing her around the outside. Amber Cassidy will not give up. This should have been the main event, the way these women are performing. Kick to the leg of Amber. On the shoulders now of Chloe. Fireman's carry. Fighting out of it, it looks like. Able to get out of that hold. That fireman's carry. Now, a reverse fireman's carry. And a knee to the head. A go to sleep. Is this it? Does Amber walk away with the win? A 1. A 2. Can Chloe kick out? Yes! Chloe kicks out before the 3. Both women back at square one. Chloe thrown into the steel steps. Oh my God. And a knee to the head to follow it up. The amount of back and forth these women have done. A kick to the head of Amber. Handstand, knees to the gut of Amber. A lot going on in the outside here for Chloe and Amber. Amber catching herself on the barricade. Chloe kind of letting her catch her breath. Throwing Amber into the barricade again. Going for a cover. Was that the nail in the coffin? Is this it? The cover. A 1. A 2. Is this it? 3. Chloe Miu wins the match. Match of the year contender right there by these 3 women. Nothing to be sad about. Nothing, to worry about. Amber Cassidy definitely on the radar for the women's championship in the future. Chloe Miu, you know what? Next week, Toni Rose versus Chloe Miu for the women's championship. Winner faces Jazz Shortbridge at Festive Frenzy.
What more can I say? Hey, yo, what more can I say? This be my combination, hustle, no hesitation. You know it's understated when they calling me the great.
An insane match to try and follow up with. But here we have a bit of a grudge match. Here's the current Crash Course champion, LC. Him and his teammate, Dean Magnum, will be taking on the man he has a grudge with, or who has a grudge with him, rather, in Dylan Thunder, and an unlikely teammate for him in Colby. Sorry, LC. Had to be done. Can't let that ego get too big. Here we go. Dean Magnum, champion and champion versus former and possible soon-to-be the 205 champion, Dean Magnum. Sorry, Dean Magnum, it had to be done. Can't let your guys' egos get too big. There we see LC and Dean Magnum. Here we see their first opponent, Colby, making his way, repping a little bit of the new work, new attire, new look. There we see the changes. Gonna get right into it. Dylan Thunder, one of the surprise locks for my brand. There we see him, former champion. Looking forward to see him continue his work in the ring, but nonetheless, we're going to skip him too. We're going to get into it. An exciting match. Looking forward to see what these 4 men can do in the ring. There you see the 2 unlikely teammates taking on the Golden Revolution. A ring of the bell. I apologize if, the production's a little bit slow. I've discovered, the PC we run through the video through, it's got some issues. Gonna get upgrades soon, hopefully, but nonetheless, here we go. Dylan Thunder getting stomped on by LC. Colby going up against, Dean Magnum. LC leaning those hammer fists to the face and the elbows of, hammer fists and elbows to the face of Dylan Thunder, that is. Colby with Dean in the corner. LC looks like going for a cover already, maybe. Dean with a big kick to Colby. Not even a 1 count for Dylan Thunder, or LC on Dylan Thunder, that is. DDT there by Dean on Colby. Cartwheel there by LC. Knee to the head. Dylan Thunder tried to recall out LC for a rematch, but as we all know, there's no rematch clauses. You can earn your way back. If it'll put on a show, we can have that again, but he'll be defending nonetheless next week. I'll announce that later today, who he's fighting. But nonetheless, we have these 4 men in the ring. Looks like Dylan's working on LC now, on the outside going. Dean Magnum working on Colby, the world title contender for Big Gus. Colby beat Nolan Wright with the help of Austin Storm, and we know how that Storm Society triple threat went. Nolan walked away with the win. A huge one for the kid. Excited, and I'm happy for him. The biggest win of his career, arguably. Covered by Dean Magnum, not even a 1 count. Dylan Thunder was there to help his teammate if need be. But nonetheless, Colby is contender for Gus's world title. excited to see those two go head to head. Those two behemoths of men. Here we have Dean Magnum with a submission on Colby. And Dylan with one on LC. The same kind of submission, too. Dylan lets go of his. Colby fights out of his. Knee to the side of the head of Dean Magnum. That's kind of interesting how things work. Colby now in control on Dean Magnum. Knee to the head. Dylan Thunder still in control of LC. Colby with a big drop to Dean Magnum. Dylan and LC on the outside. Dean Magnum with a reversal there real quick. Colby, I haven't wanted to overbook him. I want him to stay healthy for whenever he has to fight Gus. But that may have been my fault, my downfall for him, as he may have needed to stay fresh. That is my wrongdoing. But hopefully he's able to stay in top shape for when he does go up against Gus. Here we have LC on the top rope, sitting on it. What's Dylan thinking? He's at the top as well. Are we going to see it? Atomic Spanish Fly by Dylan Thunder onto LC. A beautifully executed move there by Dylan onto LC. Here we have Colby going for a cover on Dean. Only a 1 count. Big kick there by Dylan on LC. LC fighting out of that. Looked like it was going to be a superplex. Or a suplex. LC going for a cover now on Dylan. A 1. Only a 1. Dylan barely kicks out. Colby rolls out of the ring. Dean follows. Knees to the inner thighs. Big right hand by LC onto Dylan. What are we going to see here? Crossroads, it looked like. LC joining Dean on the outside, but he's looking for a weapon. Colby in control of Dean now. LC with a bat, trying to prove a point against Dylan. Telling him not to challenge him. He isn't worthy. Hit to the elbow of Dylan. LC getting kicked by Dylan. Springboard and another kick. Dylan fighting his way back into the offense. A cover here again. A 1, a 2. First 2 count of this match. Colby thrown into the apron by Dean Magnum. Those two are going back and forth. Dylan Thunder off the ropes. Dropping onto LC. Colby and Dean to their feet. Standing moonsault onto LC by Dylan. A cover here. A 1. Not even a 2. Colby with Dean Magnum in hands. Dropping him on the apron. Letting him fall to the floor. These 4 men, a lot of back and forth. Dylan Thunder to the top rope now. 450 splash onto LC. Is he going to go for a cover? No. Colby with that kendo stick keeping Dean Magnum down. Dean Magnum not staying down. Colby catching him again. Dylan Thunder the top rope again. What's he thinking? Phoenix splash onto LC. Is this it? Is this the cover? A 1, a 2, 3. Dylan Thunder gets the win. Happy to see Dylan Thunder back in top form. Colby working together. Unfortunate for LC and the Golden Revolution. But this is a hard-earned win. I had a potential challenger for LC next week, but I think we just found a new one. Another great night over here at Crash Course. As I just mentioned, we got a new challenger for LC's Crash Course Championship next week. That's going to be Dylan Thunder. So I can slowly start to reveal the card as Don Atlas makes his entrance next week, of what I have set. The opening match will be Noah versus Jay O'Grady. Noah Smith, that is, versus Jay O'Grady versus the winner of Ace versus Joe Bullingham. That'll be a Golden Case Contenders highlight match. After that, we'll go Colby against someone. We'll find out. That's yet to be announced. But then we have the Women's Championship match. Toni Rose versus Chloe Miyu. We'll skip Don out of here. Following them up is going to be the Steel Cage Championship, the one that Almir just won. We got a qualifier for that. Richard Duke versus Austin Storm. Filling those guys out. Then after that, we're going to have another Steel Cage Championship match. Nolan Wright versus someone undisclosed, don't know yet. But the main event will be LC versus Dylan Thunder for the Crash Course Championship. Filling it out as I go, and we'll see how things go. Sorry, I just had to take a quick note while Alex made his way to the ring. There we have Don Atlas. Seeing the fresh face of him, kind of going a different approach. Kind of confusing in my opinion, but nonetheless, round 2 of the Havoc Championship Tournament. Round 2, part 3. The winner of this will go on to face Lance and Xavier at Festive Frenzy. Big knees to the head of Alex by Don. Don now picking Alex up. Don a part of the ACA, which is why I'm so confused by this attire. He's his leader, I guess, Ghost, who we know is a very mysterious man. Let's just say that. And Don obviously had the mask before. Super lighthearted here from Don. Kind of an interesting approach. Again, don't know how it's going to play out in the future. Don't know what Ghost thinks of it, but nonetheless, these two are up for the finals of the Havoc Championship Tournament. There we go. Alex celebrating a little bit. In Alex's debut match, he had that nasty pile driver from the outside to like the apron to the floor. It was an absolutely disgusting move, but here he is working up against Don, but he's sent to the outside. Don taking a breath now, wearing those pink gloves, those tropical shorts, rocking that gray hair. I don't know if that's because of age or because he dyes it or what, but nonetheless, picking Alex Blake Jenkins up, sorry, tongue twisted, dropping him on the top rope. Going for knees to the side of the head, and he's busted open. Alex is busted open. He might have hit his nose, broken it. Big knee to the gut now. No remorse. Just going after Alex. Alex looked like he tried to grab his nose to check on it. Repeated strikes, too. He's just not letting up. That nose has got to be broken. Alex to his feet, though. Big kick to the gut. Picking him up. Brainbuster. Alex trying to get a little bit of revenge for potentially breaking his nose. Small package suplex, maybe, it looks like. It is. Alex Blake winning over the offensive advantage here. After Don had it in the start. And another one. Going for a second one. This one with a pin attached to it. A 1. A 2. And a kick out by Don. These two, you know, neither of them were drafted by Crash Course. Alex Blake Jenkins, I signed as a free agent. Don, I traded for, sending Jaden Lyons to Mayhem, who just lost his TV championship title match against Jet Saturn. Alex here with the sledgehammer now on Don. These two maybe not have been drafted by me, but they are showing why they should have. Stomp to the leg of Don. Don now grabbing Alex. Pile driver, it is. Brutal pile driver onto the neck of Alex. Don's trying to hurt him. He's trying to be all lighthearted in his attire, but he's trying to hurt Alex. A 2 count. 3. Don Atlas. Somebody needs to check on Alex. Somebody needs to check on the kid. That is not good at all. Lance Sawyer, Don Atlas, Xavier Douglas for the Havoc Championship at Festive Frenzy. Tried to go for the lighthearted look, but that didn't have anything lighthearted about it. All right. The main event of tonight's Crash Course. Ultimate Ace taking on Joe Bullingham for my final winnable Golden Case Contenders match. The winner of this next week will face the other two men in that match for Crash Course, Noah Smith and Jay O'Grady. And then I have a fourth man who I have hand selected to be in this match who I think will represent Crash Course well. You guys have seen him before, and that's all I'm going to give you. I want the other Mayhem men to be taken off of their game. Be surprised. I may tell these three men that are on Crash Course, you know, this depending, but we're not going to talk on that fourth man. We're going to talk about these two who are going to be in the ring going head to head. Ace versus Joe Bullingham. Golden Revolution and Vengeance have exchanged words in the past. I thought it would maybe lead up to a tag team match, but Alexander, unfortunately, sorry for the pause there, but Alexander unfortunately injured in his tag title match against the Royal Guard. Here we have Joe Bullingham taking a little bit more of a streetwear approach. So repping Vengeance, I see, though. We're going to see how things go with these two. So the winner of this match will go into the Golden Case match. But the loser should not be worried as they were going into the Steel Cage Championship Chamber. I got three guys that I could put into that. The loser of this will be going into that match. So either way, these guys get, you know, they get something out of it. They get something that they can go and earn. Joe Bullingham with a foot to the back, trying to make a point. Can he pin the former world champion of SCW in Ace, the former two-time, the current Hall of Famer? Oh my God, Ace is just out on the ground. Elbow to the back. Is Ace all right? Going for a pin already is going to be Joe. Can he surprise the world, get this early pin against Ace? A 1, a 2, a quick cover, no. A 2 count is extremely surprising, though. And again, I'm sorry for the production, you know, running a little bit slow. Nothing I can do at this moment, unfortunately, but we're still going to have this match. These two are still going to put on a show. And we have a sleeper hold already by Joe on Ace. Is Ace going to tap? Does Joe make a statement here? Does Joe prove a point for his buddy Alexander? Not at this current moment, but he still has a chance to throughout this match. I have given, speaking of Alexander, I've given him a contract to help develop some talent, to help guide some talent. What's next for them? My first assignment for him was his buddy Joe here, but, you know, I took the matters into my own hands, and I gave him this match. Alexander was originally going to be in this match, but I gave Joe the spot. And if they, you know, again, if he doesn't win this match against a two-time world champion, dropping him on his face, and the Hall of Famer, Ace, then he doesn't have to worry because he's in the Steel Cage Championship title match, Elimination Chamber. That's a mouthful. That title can only be defended inside Steel. Hell in a Cell, Steel Cage, Elimination Chamber. Those matches. Almir, the current champion after beating Cursed, who is here on Monday nights. But here we have Alexander. Or not Alexander, Ace, I'm sorry. Going for a beautiful dive there off the top rope. Pinning Joe now, only a 1 count. Pardon me, my, you know, being on comms for a hot minute. And I'm not done here. But Ace looking under the ring. Grabbing a chair. The crowd wants tables. Ace grabbed a chair. Almost hits Joe on the head with it. Joe able to get it out of Ace's hands. What's he doing here? Grabbing Ace's head. Putting him up against the ropes. Forearm to the back. Off the ropes again and another forearm. And off the ropes again. Fall into the mat. Joe now going for a cover here. Oh, not even a 1. Almost caught me lacking again. Almost a 1. Not even a 1. Ace kicked out. Ace now with Joe in hand. Walking him over to the ropes. Big punch there by Ace on Joe. And a chop. Grabbing the leg of Joe. Pulling at it. I don't know if that's an insult to injury type of thing, because we know what's going on with Alexander, Joe's friend. He has a leg injury. That's what's keeping him out for a while. Beautiful backflip enziguri to Joe. Ace taking Joe to his feet, throwing him into the ropes over them. Joe catching himself, staying on the apron though. Ace with a mean right hand and a drop kick, sending Joe to the outside, almost hitting his head on that chair. Ace does not care. He wants to get his way back to that world title, make it a 3-time, but Joe looking to stop that, at least for the moment. Ace missed with the chair. Joe fighting back into the match. Joe doing this for his buddy Alexander. A man well respected across many companies. This one highlighting. Joe with the chair. Misses the shot. Hits him the second time across the knees. Hits him the third time across the knees. Hits him 3 times in a row on the knee. Trying to immobilize Ace maybe. Ace running up. Tried to hit him with the knee. Show him that it didn't work. But Ace couldn't catch him. Joe now kind of just falls over. Ace with the chair now. Joe trying to make it back to his feet. Over the head with the chair. Ace, no remorse. Hits him again across the body now. That chair is mangled off the bodies of these two men. Ace playing to the fans a little bit. Going under the ring again for another weapon maybe. Contemplating it, and he goes for it. With the kendo stick now, running over. Kendo stick across the back. And another. And a third. Probably for the best that we couldn't see Joe, but he fights back with a mean left hand. What's he thinking here? Mean clothesline. Absolutely wicked, sending Ace to the ground on the outside. Joe with the kendo stick breaks it over Ace. Stomp to the leg. Joe trying to, honor his friend Alexander, man who's taken out of action against his will. Injured. Congratulations to Alexander, though. I understand he just had his second kid. Huge for him. He's enjoying time with family, still working with the company. Here we have Joe, though, taking Ace to the ground. Open palm strikes to the top of Ace's head. Joe now getting Ace up. It is Extreme Rules, but it is not false count anywhere. Ace catches Joe. These two men need to make their way back into the ring. And what's Ace thinking here? Dropping Joe on the outside. Absolutely planting him. Ace standing Joe up, and Joe catching him with a right before he can do anything. Caught him with a few, but Ace fights out of it. Ace trying to take a step back. Trying to catch his breath maybe. Getting into the ring now. Saying, Joe, come get me. Waiting to see what Joe's going to do. Joe rolls into the ring. Is it into his trap? It is. Big right by Ace. Ace running behind him. Catching him off guard again. Picking Joe up now. Walking him over to the ropes. Dropping him on him. What's Ace thinking now? Picking Joe up again. Sending Joe into the corner. Golden Revolution and Vengeance haven't got along, as I mentioned. That's why I thought this would be a good match, but these two looking to possibly try and injure each other. Sunset flip. On to Joe. Is Ace going to get the win here? A 1, a 2. Is he going to the Golden Case? 3. Ultimate Ace, 2-time World Champion Hall of Famer, moves on to the Golden Case match. What a main event. What a card here on episode 6 of Crash Course. Happy to have you all. Thank you for watching. I'll see you all next week as the go home show before Festive Frenzy. Whole lot going on. Hopefully you're able to keep up. If not, welcome to the Discord. You're welcome to join. You can, anything, any questions you may have. Maybe if you want to join Just let us know. Link in the description. I'll see you next week.